dyslexia too, a little, not all the time. Don't worry about me, I don't have it all the time, just when I read. I swear to dog, I have it. Some of you do too for not getting that joke. Like numbers screw me up, like when I'm nervous. Not all numbers, I like 11. That's my favorite number. I'll never forget my grandmother. She was choking in my kitchen and I kept on dialing 119. I'm gonna miss her. My mom has dyslexia. I think that's why I have it, but it doesn't really affect our relationship. I wanted to ask her to go out to lunch on 57th Street, but I really meant to say 75th Street, and she switched it in her mind, and we met there and no one knew, so.
Hello, everybody. People in Australia and Denmark and all around the world. And I hope someone in the International Space Station is listening. That would make me very happy. I am Shelly Colman, and this is the Funny Women of a Certain Age podcast. And what you just heard was the remarkable Kerri Louise. She is our guest tonight. I'm here with Leighann Lord and Kerri Louise, and we're going to talk about comedy and stuff. First of all, welcome, Kerri Louise. Welcome, Leighann Lord.
Hey.
Nice to see you both. Nice to talk to you both.
Pleasure to be here.
Did you both have, let's just say, did you both have holidays? Okay, you both had, were they good holidays?
Define holidays.
Okay,
That's a wide
fair
net.
question. Fair question. Did you celebrate anything over the last 6 weeks? How about that?
I celebrated Christmas and Happy New
Okay.
Year to everybody.
Happy New Year to you too. Leighann, did you celebrate anything?
I did, oddly enough. Christmas, Kwanzaa, New Year's, and it was all delightful and quiet. I'm at the stage of my life where it's quiet and I like it.
Yeah.
And that's
me
something
too.
to celebrate.
Yeah.
It sure is. It sure is.
Yep.
For me, it was the solstice.
Yes.
I didn't dance around anything because I'm old and everything hurts. But I did look out the window and go, okay, the sun's leaving, goodbye, never coming back. And then the next day I looked out the other window and went, welcome back, sun. And that was it. That was my whole celebration.
I actually love the solstice week because we get one more minute longer of daylight. Because I hate fallback. I lose my hour. It's dark. It's dank. I go through, seasonal affective disorder. And the fact that we get an extra minute, that is worth celebrating every day.
Yeah. That
And
extra
then
minute.
in January and February, I get my cold weather and more daylight. So this is my season. I like this.
I don't like the cold part, but I'm happy for you.
Thank you. Because
I have
everybody
long
loves
johns.
Summer. You know what? I start complaining around March 28th, and I don't stop until what's today? Usually sometime in November. Usually it starts to cool off.
And that's when
Anyway.
I pick it up.
Perfect. It's the circle of whining.
The
So,
circle of
Kerri, you are about to go off on tour. You're going off to entertain the troops, correct?
I am, and I'm so excited. It's my first time, and I'm lucky enough to be booked on the show with my husband. And so it's kind of like a little vacation plus work plus doing something good for our country and our troops.
Nice. And you are married to a comic, Tom Cotter, yes?
Yes, the very funny Tom Cotter. And so we're going to be packing up all night for both warm weather. Speaking of warm weather and cold weather, so I'm a little nervous about the packing because I got to bring bathing suits and a parka.
I think that's a good look for you. I think you should wear that all the time.
I should actually.
So you're going to be in Hawaii?
Hawaii, Guam, and Leighann says that's going to be an experience, so I can't wait for that. And Korea.
North or south? South Korea?
If she's in the north, things have taken a drastic turn and not in a good direction. Because I don't know if Bill.
I'm going to need more than a bathing suit.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
was gonna say, maybe
Yeah.
that's what the bathing suit is for. I don't know. I've never been to North Korea.
Evening wear, swim wear. Oh my God, how old am I?
So you're traveling with Tom, and who's headlining?
Oh, we're gonna fight for it. I don't know
Excellent.
what the lineup is. I think maybe we'll mix it each time because it's also two other comics that are gonna be on the show. Robin Phoenix and who is the other person? And so I don't know what the lineup is. I think Robin Phoenix will be hosting. Probably Tom Cotter will be closing the show because Tom Cotter is a male.
Yes.
Safe
I've
bet.
heard of them. I've heard
Safe
of them.
bet.
And that's what they do when they have a bunch of people on the show. Whoever is the male is, you know.
And if there's more than one male,
yeah, Doug
Then they have
Bennett.
to arm wrestle for it?
Doug Bennett is also the other comedian. So I
Okay.
think Tom and I are going to be the headliners, and
Cool.
yeah. But I'm not sure. They might mix it up. I mean, who knows? Like if we all do 20 minutes, you know, there's 4 of us, so
Yeah.
we can do. And I don't care. I'm just happy to be there.
Or
So.
you could all do it at the
Exactly.
same time. I mean, you could just have 4 people talking all at once and see how that works.
See, we could tag team. Yes.
Exactly. You could turn it into an improv show. That's what
Oh,
you
Lord.
should do.
Oh my God, we could mix it up. We have 11 shows, so by the 11th show, we'll probably be so sick of each other, that we will do an improv.
Okay. Well, now,
Yeah.
see, I want credit for that idea.
Yes, I will. Yeah, we will credit you.
Now, Kerri, you mentioned that you're married to a man and a comedian man. Leighann was also married to a comedian at one time. Is that correct, Leighann?
yes, that is correct. Very good.
Okay. Well, there's a question I've always wanted to ask comic couples. Specifically, I want to ask you because you are the women in the couple. Would you recommend marrying a comedian, or would you recommend marrying a normal person?
Are you going to take that one first, Leighann?
Either one.
I can.
We're going to have different views.
We are. We're going to have very different views. I would even fine tune that question as to whether one should marry at all.
Right.
So if we can
Oh,
even
yeah.
do that, but assuming one wants to marry and assuming that one has found a compatible mate, I still advocate if it works for you, marrying someone in the business. Is while it did not pan out for me, not the business side, but the relationship in general, still a great guy. You guys, if you do not know Jim Mendrinos, he is one of the funniest dudes in the business. He teaches. His book was The Complete Idiot's Guide to Comedy Writing. I still highly recommend it.
Mm-hmm.
Why has no one
but
told
the-
me about this before? I'm a complete
I'm
idiot.
I don't listen. That was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. So if you entered my life after, the divorce, you wouldn't know. But I will say this: the great part was being in a relationship with someone who got it. And this is a very difficult business,
Yes.
especially for women, because our dating prospects, our social prospects are very different from male comedians, and daywalkers, regular guys, regular people may not get this lifestyle or this business. And so it takes out a little bit of the problems and the drama when you're with somebody who knows that, and that could be really
agree.
supportive. Yes.
Yes, I will agree on that. And either way, even if a guy marries a normal woman streetwalker.
I don't think you mean streetwalker. I think you mean daywalker.
Daywalker. But streetwalkers can make some money. If we can get over the hump there.
Streetwalker.
Well, the puns just keep coming.
Yes,
But
indeed.
I think it means a lot when you come home and they go, "Baby, how'd the show go?" And you go, "Ugh," and they know what that means.
Right.
Like they know, okay, was it you? Was it the audience? Was it the booker? Like they know to ask those specific questions and hear your answers.
And not only that, you're on the same time zone. You're up all night,
ideally.
Yeah. So if you have someone with a day job, and then someone with a night job, that's difficult in any relationship.
Yes, it is.
So,
Yes, it is.
So you have that.
Yeah. So, Kerri, when you married Tom, were you both working, or had one of you started first and the other one picked it up, or how did that work out?
We met each other on the scene. He was doing it maybe 3 years before me in Boston, And so we dated for quite some time, and then we moved to New York together. And that was difficult. It was difficult to, because we were both starting basically over creating a new name for ourselves in a whole different comedy network, where it was a much bigger city and we were much smaller fish. So that was hard. We were both trying to grab onto anything we could get. And, obviously he's a man, so
Right.
he was getting
Yeah, you've mentioned that. Is that kind of a sticking point for you? That you...
I'm just, I mean, it's going to always be a sticking point for me, and I think every other woman. But anyway, thank you, Leighann, for explanation, pointing that. But so that was difficult, and it was difficult on our relationship. So here's where the con is. He was getting the phone was ringing off the hook for him, and not so much for me. And so we had to ride that bumpy road for quite some time. Now, obviously, I was happy for him to get work. I was absolutely happy, but it was just a reminder that I wasn't getting the work, and I should be where he is, and I'm not, and just any type of that. So that was difficult. So so two funny people. Even you don't suggest that even with roommates, like two roommates. That's going to be difficult if you're in the same business, in this particular business, because it's so cutthroat and so hard and difficult, and there's a lot that's not in your control, and there's a lot of emotion that goes along with it. So so that was hard, and we did have a breakup. We moved down to New York and we had a breakup, but I think that breakup for a whole year helped. I grew up a little bit, he grew up a little bit, and when we got back together, we definitely knew that we need each other, we want each other, this is it. And so I think that helped our relationship and our marriage, and that's why we've been married for so long. But but like Leighann said, there's a lot of pros and there's a lot of cons. So.
Yeah. And so the takeaway there is break up, circle back in a year, see how you're doing.
Yeah. If you're married,
well, before you get married, the other side of it can also be difficult. Kerri, you mentioned time zones, but if you are both working comics, it doesn't always mean that you're working in the same places.
Right.
And so that distance and that being on the road, even if it's just one person, if it's two people and you're both on the road, that takes a toll on the relationship. Because when we were together, I was gone a lot because I was doing like colleges and cruises, and like coming home was like a special event. Like, oh, I'm going home, which if it's just you, it's fine. When it's, you and you've passed the sort of dating stars in your eyes phase, how do you continue to maintain that relationship long distance? You're essentially in a long distance relationship, and that's hard.
Yep, very hard. So my friends would be like, where's your husband? I'm like, he's on a cruise. Oh, like they don't
Yeah. See, that was me. Where's Leighann? She's on a cruise.
Yeah, must be nice without you, but they don't know that, on a cruise, their work, it's a lot of hard work. Where that's where the con is, that you're in the business, you kind of know, he's not out fooling around all the time, and
Yeah. So do you travel or do you tour together a lot, you and Jim? I mean, Tom?
Ooh.
Do you tour with Jim? I don't know. I'm just asking.
We do. We like to tour a lot together because we do a lot, which is why I started that show, A Couple of Laughs, because we like to go on stage together, but sometimes it's they can't afford both of us. Right. So it's very few and far between that we can work together. When we can, it's big theater venues, and it's great because we'll pull each other on stage together at the same time. And that's hard to do because we need more practice. And for us to get more practice to do stage time together, we need to give up our day job. Our day job is our day job. So it's like hard to work together and practice that, which is why I started that show, A Couple of Laughs, which Carol Montgomery just did for us.
Talk a little bit about that. A Couple Laughs. It's a streaming show that you and your husband do.
It's a streaming show that we do live, and our son is our producer, and we involve him a little bit, and that's always fun. It's got another layer of funness. And
keeping it all in the family, yeah.
Yes, we're the Von Trapps. And and
I'm going to call you Liesl now. That's it. You're done.
So long, farewell, Avitas, and good night.
The
Kerri
sun
Louise,
has
that's who you are
gone
now.
to bed in so much fun. But what it's able for us to do is if he's on a cruise and I'm at home, we still can work together through streaming. So
Right.
that's nice. And our son's in college and he's still there, working behind the scenes and doing some of the stuff. So and we're able to bring another level of Kerri and Tom, a couple of laughs together in a different platform. Everything's online now. We have to play the game. I'm sure, Leighann, you're feeling that because we started keeping at it for years. And we started, when just going on the stage and killing was enough.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Moment of silence for that time of life.
For that. Yeah. So we're trying to play the game and be, and so hopefully, and we're having fun doing it. I mean, if anything else, we're having fun.
Well, that's good. That's good. I guess that means that I have to marry a comic and then start an online show. Oh my God, my days.
Yeah,
busy.
the to-do list just gets so much longer, doesn't it?
You got the podcast. This is, new and advanced, and this is great, right? We got the podcast going.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Now, Kerri, I was doing I like to call it research, but it's not really. It's just me looking at your website and going, huh. You were
I hope you said a lot more than huh.
There's a lot in that sentence.
Right.
That phrase.
Like, what does that mean?
So
exactly?
I have to ask you, there were so many things that I went, oh, that's really cool. I did say other things.
Oh,
but
okay.
The one that stuck out to me, why were you on the Dr. Oz show? What in the world did you do to act from near Dr. Oz?
I was an audience plant. So
okay.
But it does look good on paper. I did the first episode. I did the first episode of Oz. But this is why it was bragging rights, because I did Oprah and I was a correspondent with her, and she liked us so much that she actually asked me to do one of, how Oprah wants to make everybody famous, and except us, by the way. She had a pilot with the woman. I did the show. It was like this psychiatrist who's a sexual therapist. And
Dr. Ruth Westheimer?
It was the next generation. Yes, someone like her. And so she wanted comics to add levity to such a touchy subject, no pun intended. So she asked us to do the show to correspond. And then she made that woman have a pilot. And so I did the first pilot for her show, and that didn't go. This is how things might. All the Leighann and I, like, we would be totally famous on the cutting room floor, right? Like, you would look at her, it's like, wow, that's amazing. So I was on her radar, and so the next person she was going to be famous was Dr. Oz, and so I was able to do the first episode, Dr. Oz, and they needed a plant. They didn't want things to go wrong. They needed a professional to be a plant. So I was an audience member planted, but that was great. I mean, that was kudos to me, because like, that's how you get things, it just takes forever and ever to get on a list of people. So,
but wait, what exactly did you do as a plant? I mean, did you leap up and go, oh, Dr. Oz, you've saved me?
He picked out two people in the audience to go up and put magnets on where you thought the most erogenous zones are for women and men. So again, the same. They're like, "Oh, Kerri knows about sex. We'll add her."
And you're not going to get to normal audience people to do that. That's not going to happen.
Right. But so they knew I was going to be funny, and obviously, I put one where
Does this video exist somewhere? I must see this.
I think so, on my YouTube page. I think it might be on my YouTube page. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, Dr. Oz on my
I'm
YouTube
adding
page.
that to my list of things to do. Marry a comedian, get a live show, check out
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Oz.
Dr. Oz. Where did Kerri put the erogenous zone magnet?
Well, where was there anywhere that was not? Was there anything you did just for a laugh? I mean, obviously you go crotch, you go, nipple
I said I can't put it, like, I can't find the So I was like, there's no place. I was like looking back and looking. Yeah, I made it fun.
Oh, okay, good.
That's what they were hoping.
Yeah.
Right. Of course. And you did the same kind of thing on Oprah's show?
Same kind of thing on Oprah's show, yeah, when she was talking to the sex therapist, yeah.
So you said you were a correspondent. So I'm not sure what that means.
Like we were just adding levity to the real show, which was the sex therapist. So we were just corresponding to whatever that she was saying. She would check in.
Also,
with
not like a Daily Show correspondent where you're doing, what
yeah.
they call them.
No. Yeah.
All right. That's
I
that's
mean,
next.
I wish, but like I did two of our other shows. So.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean,
So
but
you have her phone number.
But like normal people won't see that, like.
Right.
No.
And
no.
it's like this is why it's so difficult, this business. Like people say, oh God, that was an overnight success. And they don't know that we did, like Leighann will tell you, that we did all this, that show didn't go. Oh, I was a part of that, but that didn't go. And I did that and I was on the cutting room floor, like all that stuff. It's never over.
There's a long list of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you come out of it with Oprah's phone number. So that's a good thing, right?
Well, we hope. But how funny is that you did a deep dive, Shelly, and you found something on my website.
That's why I am made for this.
See your research?
Yeah, investigative journalist Shelly Colman is on the case.
Nothing gets by me. You have no secrets. Well, maybe you probably do, actually. You probably do. All right, so I'm going to check my notes here. Couple of laughs. Dr. Oz, why would you marry a comedian versus a normal man? Okay, that's covered all of those things.
Check.
So,
I'm still asking myself that same question. Why would I marry a comedian than a normal man?
There are pros and cons.
Right,
Yes.
Right,
I mean,
exactly.
I wish that sometime it would be easier, you think, but you never know. The grass is always greener. Like, would it be easier
Isn't
if I
it?
married what do you call him, Leighann?
A normal man.
Daywalkers.
A daywalker? Because they could, it wouldn't be, the struggle wouldn't be as much. I could just do whatever the hell I wanted.
It's a different struggle, though. It's a different struggle because, the nights that you would have a couple's night or go on a date, that's when we're working.
Right.
And it's like, hey, you want to go out on a Tuesday? That sounds hot, right?
And Kerri, not for nothing, but I get the very strong feeling that you do what you want anyway.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
How about that? Yeah.
You're right.
Okay.
You're right.
Right,
and
so
and
now,
we do, and we're excited to go out on Tuesday. So.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow you're going out, and it's Wednesday, which is just mixing it up. Just mixing it up. Going out to Guam on date night. How about that?
Yeah. Hawaii.
Now, I want to talk about your books. You're both authors. Again, damn, I forgot that was on my list from last time. Write a book. So, Kerri, you have a new book out. Is that right?
God, your list keeps growing.
I know.
I feel so bad.
I feel bad. We
got to cut this podcast short because you got to get to work, Shelly.
Shelly,
People say to
come
me,
on,
Shelly,
you're
I
so
never
far
see you.
behind.
And you gotta fit a son in there who could be the producer. This is going to take a little bit of time.
It's January 7th already of the new year, and you are way behind.
Yeah, well, the son part, that's not happening, absent a visitation from the Lord. So.
And you don't mean me.
No, the Lord, not a Lord.
I'm just a random
if I wanted
Lord.
Just anyone, I would talk to my super Jesus. Anyway.
I'm keeping up with Leighann. Leighann, how many books do you have?
Oh, crap.
See?
Physical 3.
See?
Virtual 6.
6?
Like just digital, yeah. But they like 3 of them are like essay collections. I was being really. This was before my life fell apart.
See, I have 3, but 2 of them are like, one's a children's book you can read in 10 seconds, and the other one you can read in 3 seconds.
Well, hang on. Children may not get through it that fast. They may not be fast readers yet. And I don't think the idea of a children's book is just to blow through it. You want to sit with it. You want to look at the pictures. You want to learn stuff.
Yeah.
Come on. Don't downplay yourself.
But Leighann is the real author. If you want to talk
There's
about author, go to Leighann. Her books are like, I mean, and her writing is, it's no comparison. I just write. I'm dyslexic. I can't write. I don't know how I am a 3-time author, but I'll say it. I am. I'm a 3-time author.
Good.
See,
Own that.
My
didn't
third
ask
book is
Leighann,
a
I
novelty
asked
book.
you.
It's like it was a little a 30-second video that I did, and I turned it into a book.
Wow.
It's called it's a parody, basically. If you give a mouse a cookie, that children's book, if you give a mouse a
Right.
cookie,
Mhm.
it's a parody to that. If you give a mom a glass of wine. And
Ooh.
and so it's
And
a
that's the
small little
children's
teeny
book?
weeny book. It's a teeny weeny small book that you get, like, it's a novelty book. It's for
Mhm.
gifts. It's like it will pair well with a cheap glass of white or red wine.
Mhm.
And it's a great gift for a baby shower. If you give a mouse a cookie for the kid, if you give a mom a glass of wine for the mom with some wine.
See, I'm loving the synchronicity of that. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. And the children's book is Harry the Elephant Has an Allergy, because my son Harry, who's also the producer, had an allergy. So I saw a billboard years ago of an elephant eating a peanut, and I'm like, oh, it just like clicked. I'm like, oh my God, wouldn't it be funny if an elephant was allergic to peanuts? And then I'm like,
Yes.
it just started, and I'm like, oh, and then he meets a chicken allergic to eggs, and he meets a cow allergic to milk, and I just that was the beginning, and I didn't need. It was so easy, these ideas, like,
Yes.
it becomes so easy. You just
Mhm.
have to do it.
Yes.
And so I wrote the children's book, and my editor is also a stand-up comedian, Jimmy Carroll, and I couldn't do it without him. His illustrations are so goddamn cute, and it was so good to collaborate with him that when I did, if you give a mom a glass of wine, it was just easy. I hired him. I go, do you want to collaborate again? He said, in a second. We just work so well together because we're comedians, and we just know how each other's brains work, and those illustrations just pop off the page because he's so good. So
That's fantastic.
I thought you were going to say your editor was also your son, and then I thought you were going to say your son was also an elephant. So I'm like a beat behind in this.
There's a full circle of life thing going on here.
Yeah.
Exactly. But thank you for that name, because I do have a project where I need not right away, but I've been looking for an illustrator. So that would be awesome.
Yeah, Jim, and tell him I sent.
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect. But I think there's an important lesson in here that I don't want to skip over, specifically for comics who are listening. When you get an idea, I'm a big proponent of you write that idea down, even if you don't know what it is yet, right? So you got that idea. Mostly we're thinking, okay, jokes for on stage. And if it's not that, then we'll filter it out. But it could be a book. It could be a screenplay. It could be so many things, but it's nothing if you don't capture it and then, figure out later what that idea wants to be. And that is a perfect example of that, the elephant, the kid, and then you just let the creativity run. And I think that's when we're at our best, when we can do that.
That is a great lesson. It's true. And also, not only can you create something with it, but you also can recreate it in a different platform.
Ooh.
Which is what I did, like with If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. I just made a video, and I was reading If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, but I had my own words in it. If you give a mom a glass of wine. And it wasn't until years later till I realized, oh my goodness, I can make it into a book now. And what great idea would that be for like a quick little novelty gift book? And now it's on Amazon and people can buy it anytime. And I just refurbished it and recreate, like, so you can refurbish your jokes into a book, or you can refurbish your jokes into a video that might go viral, or vice versa. Get that video and refurbish it into a book or whatever. So yeah, lesson learned.
No, repurposing is repackaging, repurposing, because not everybody knows you, or they're not always thinking about you. This just in, they don't have a catalog in their head of every single thing you've ever done. So something you did a year ago, 6 weeks ago, 5 years ago, you could dust that off, repurpose, repackage, out the door, and boom.
And you have to do that because this day and age, everything is going by so freaking fast that you like, I already did it. Well, not everybody saw it.
Not everybody saw it.
Different platforms have different audiences.
Yes.
And this is what we have to do this day and age. I'm exhausted. I have things, right, Shelly?
I was just about to say, I am so tired.
I have to
You see,
refurbish now again and
this
again
is-
and again.
This is why I haven't written a new joke in 12 years. I just the same old ones over and over again because nobody sees me twice.
It's a joy, though. It's a joy that there's so many different platforms and so much different work. But again, it's exhausting. It's like, well, I have to be on Facebook and I have to be on Instagram and I have to be on this and I have to. It's tough. It's exhausting. Like, gone are the days of just one network.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Which
I
is
was,
good
I
and
was
bad.
put onto
Good
Instagram.
and bad, right?
Do you know Carolyn Castilla?
Yes.
Carolyn Castilla is this wonderful comic who one day she said to me, "Are you on Instagram?" And I went, or whatever I said, and she took my phone and downloaded Instagram and essentially made me be on Instagram.
Yeah.
I had no choice. I mean, I could wrestle her for it, but I'm old and everything hurts.
Right. Is she young? She's obviously young, and she
She's-
probably did it in 2
she's,
seconds.
I don't know how
Where it
old
would
she-
take
she- I
us
mean, she's
5
not a
hours to
kid.
get on this.
She's younger, but she's not Gen Alpha or Gen Z. Yeah. Maybe elder millennial by this point, I
Oh,
think.
good Lord.
You have a name for everything, Leighann.
I'm not creating these things. I'm just following the trends, and I'm into generational conversations.
Wow.
But I also think sometimes they're not helpful. Like we say boomer like it's a slur instead of saying if you said, hey, grandparents or parents, you'd be less argumentative or you'd be less derisive.
Well,
these Gen Z kids. No, they're your kids.
Yeah.
I like to say that because I am a boomer, I like to say that we're the ones who destroyed the economy and the environment, and we did it on purpose, so that all the rest of you and your children and your children's children will have nothing.
Good job.
Yeah,
I like it.
absolutely.
So you don't have to do anything. You've already done your job. So
You've done
scratch
good
off
job.
all that list.
So now we can all die.
Yes.
But I did read, actually, I don't remember where I saw this. Somebody wrote something about that boomers are actually, it's too long a time.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to start naming generations so that people at my end of it, the back end of it, as it were, have something like, I don't remember what it was. It's like,
Oh, you're Generation Jones then.
yeah, that's it. How do you
Oh
know
my God,
about that?
how do you know all this stuff, Leighann? I just know just the regular generations, not the like they're
The
Generation Jones.
subcategories. Yeah,
Subcategories.
it's either Jones or Joe. But
think
Kamala
it's
Harris is
Jones.
in that generation. Barack Obama is in that generation. The idea is that, again, because the boomer generation is so large,
yeah.
that the younger ones, so the ones born late 50s, early 60s, did not have the same experience.
Yeah. And I think it was
age-wise.
Jones because we're supposedly came up during the Keeping Up with the Joneses. When that sort of came
Okay.
out.
There we
I
go.
believe that's what it was. Yeah. So
Yeah.
me and Kamala and Barack, we'd be hanging out.
Yeah.
Well,
putting up with each other.
yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Not in this or any other spaceless time. All right. So now it's time to promote your shows. You got stuff coming up, Kerri. We know that you are going out on tour.
Yeah.
Is it USO?
It is Armed Force Entertainment.
Armed Forces and AFE. Yes, that's who I went out for. Yes.
Oh, good. AFE. Yes.
Okay.
So that's like a 3-week thing. But when I come back, when I come back, I'll be in the city, West Side, and then New Hampshire and New England. I'm going to do a little New Hampshire, New England, and then Aruba.
Wow.
That's
I gotta latch onto your coattails somehow. I've never been to
right.
Aruba.
I've
Korea,
not
for
done
that
Aruba
matter.
yet. Yeah.
It's a great gig.
Yeah,
except
I
for the
look- I
whole
look forward to
hot
the day.
and sunny thing.
It's
that
one
I
happy
can't
island,
handle.
and it's for sure
Yeah.
lives up to its name.
Problem with islands for me, southern in the Caribbean and southern Pacific and all that, is that I have to spend all of the daytime indoors anyway because I am so ridiculously pale, and I don't tan. I burst into flames. So rather than going there, maybe I'll stick with the North Korea part of your trip.
Hmm.
Yeah,
No,
parkas
not
and
North
all
Korea.
of that. That's my weather. I know. Poor me. Wah. But I won't have time. I won't have time to do anything because I'll be busy. What was it? Getting married, having a son, writing a book, going online, and
There was something
It's
else.
a lot. It adds up.
Something
It
else.
adds
I
up.
forget what it was.
So
It's like
but
I
we
should
follow
be
you.
live streaming. I'm not live streaming. What? But I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can find all of that, Kerri, on your website, right? Kerri Louise Comedy.
Yes. Or at Kerri Louise Comedy. Yeah, at Kerri Louise Comedy is on my socials, and then the Instagram link has my link tree, and that's everything Kerri.
Yeah.
That's where you can buy all the. That's where you can buy all the shit. Go there, not my website.
That's what matters.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah. And that's where you can find out interesting tidbits like Dr. Oz and Howard Stern and all of those other things that you did that you don't really go into. So it's just sort of like you just drop these little Easter eggs. Is that what they're called? You just drop these little things and we go, ooh, what happened there?
Yeah, yeah. I have a few Easter eggs in my last book, in my If You Give a Mom a Glass of Wine book.
Yeah.
A couple Easter eggs in the illustrations there.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. So now everyone, you have to go out and buy If You Give a Mom a Glass of Wine in order to find out where the Easter eggs are. They're probably not in the wine. That would make 100-year-old eggs.
Hey, those aren't ice cubes.
No, those are ew. So, Leighann, you have some shows coming up too. You and I are going to be on one of them together at QED, and that is at the end of January.
Yes. As part of the Funny Women of a Certain Age brand, we will be at the Comedy Village on January 15th. And then you and I and other fabulous women will be at QED Astoria on the 28th of January. And then, other cool places. I'm actually performing at the library at some point.
Nice.
Of course you are.
You got to bring your
book. Of course you are.
Yeah, I'll be at I think it's either the DeKalb branch. I'm not sure, but it's one of the Brooklyn Library branches, and that's always fun. That's always
Wait a minute,
cool
library
time.
comedy?
Yeah. I perform. Okay, this is a really weird story. I don't even know how I met this guy. He was just a fan, and we kept up a correspondence. And he turned out to be at the time the president of the Black Librarians Association. And he was trying to get me in to perform, and it finally happened last year. So I'm performing for all these Black librarians across the country. One of them was from Brooklyn, the Brooklyn Public Library, which is a huge library.
Yeah.
And she came up to me, she gave me her card. She goes, "Do you perform?" And she didn't even finish it. I'm like, "Yes." Do I? Yes.
My question is, do librarians laugh?
They sure do.
All right.
Smart people laugh.
Yeah.
Because you got to know stuff. But I mean, I sometimes never know what I'm walking into because the library shows for people to attend are free. They have to be clean. It's all ages, and who's ever in the neighborhood, whoever turns up, turns up. And that's what I have to work with.
But you I wouldn't think anybody better than you to do it because that's hard shoes to fill and you can do it.
Yeah, listen, it's laughs in the library. I'm having a good time. So,
cool. And if they're not laughing, that's fine. You just cut it off and you go read a book.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, everybody, chapter 2.
Or just bring your books. All right, you're not laughing.
Right.
Here, I'm just going to sell my books.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And first you do a reading from it, and then and you go, now I'm not going to finish that chapter. You want to find out what happens? You got to buy the book.
Yes, and here's the QR code.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. All right. Well, Kerri, you have to go finish packing for Korea.
You're
and
right.
Guam and Hawaii, and please give Tom my best. I don't know if I've
same
ever met
for
him,
me.
but what the heck? Give him my best anyway. And
I
your
will.
assortment of sons. And do you have any pets?
Yes, 2 cats and a dog.
Oh, wow.
We didn't talk about your dog. Okay.
You got a
next
full
time.
house, lady.
Full house.
Seriously. Yeah. What purpose does what job does the cat do?
Lays it has no job.
Because
It lays
it's a
around.
cat.
We just got another cat because our one passed away, so we got another one, and I got a girl this time.
Ooh.
I have all boys everywhere. My dog's a girl and my cat's a girl. Thank God.
Okay. It's like the opposite of my family. My dad was the only testosterone in our house. We had my mother's mother moved in with us when I was a kid. It was me and my sister and my mom, and we had a female dog. My poor dad.
Oh, yeah,
That's part
poor
of why he was
dad.
on tour all the time. Anyways, so thank you very much, Kerri, for taking some time out of your day. And Leighann, of course, thank you very much for hanging out with me a little bit. We are going to, this is all going to go up on the internet on Monday, the whatever, 7th to the 14th. Today's the 7th, so that would be the 14th. And I will link to everything I can think of. Probably not Dr. Oz, though. I'm a little pissed at him, but he knows why. We will have all of the shows linked, and I hope I get to see you both in person soon. Kerri, have a wonderful trip. Leighann, have a wonderful afternoon. Happy New Year, everybody! This is our
Happy New Year.
first one back
Thanks
after
for
a
having
long, seemed like a very long vacation, and that's it. So this is Funny Women of a Certain Age, and thank you very much for listening. Follow Leighann Lord, follow Kerri Louise, follow their husbands or not. It doesn't matter. I don't really care. Just follow the women. And follow me. I'm Shelly Colman, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye. Bye. Everybody say bye.
Bye.